Hello and welcome to how to manage your time wisely as a student. This is presented to you by Teach Children Learn, and I'm Kaiden. In this short video, we're going to learn about how to use a calendar to manage your time together with the brain dump. How do you actually do a brain dump and what's the use of it, and how to plan 1 hour in the evenings to get your time management started. One of the most important tools in time management is your calendar. And for this, I recommend either a hard copy or something you can access online. Personally, I use an online calendar, but I've been using a hard copy calendar for a really long time. The calendar will be very useful for you to plan your week on every Sunday evening. And also to basically schedule your week during the week and to make sure you know what you're going to do during the day, to be a daily planner as well. So make sure that your calendar can put in at least 12 items or more, otherwise it's going to get very cramped and you won't be able to use it. Another important thing is if you're using a hard copy calendar, try to get something that is light. Don't get something with those leather bound covers, and it might look very nice, but if it's heavy, you won't bring it to school, and if you don't bring it to school, you won't use it. So that's not good. Another use for calendars is to track your long-term goals and commitments. For students, this is especially tracking your exams, how to study, when to study, and also to track your spaced repetition schedule. Alright, so you're going to learn more about spaced repetition in my further videos. And for calendars, you can also track the things that you're planning and of course the projects that you are doing over time. So that's all. Those are the main users of having a calendar. Next, I want to talk about a brain dump and what is it and how can it help you. A brain dump is basically writing everything that is going on in your head, and you write it down into a piece of paper or you write it down into your calendar. Now, what is the purpose of writing down everything? Well, the main reason is that because you will not be able to study and focus on the item on hand if there are a lot of things going on and bouncing around in your head. So if you want to study on your math and you're thinking of, oh, there's an exam next week, there's a test, I'm supposed to pass this up, I'm going to pass this, I have to do part of the project and blah blah blah, this and that, it's very difficult for you to concentrate on your math homework. And because of that, that's why a lot of people are not able to finish their homework very fast. Well, how do you then do a brain dump? Well, as like the word implies, you dump everything in your brain onto a piece of paper. Usually I schedule about 6 minutes in each study session to do this. So for the first 6 minutes of every session, I will plan my session and I will dump everything out, and then at the end of the session, I will then allocate all my brain dump items back into my calendar. So in that way, I make sure that everything in my brain is tracked and I know that all the items are being tracked and they are being taken care of. Now we're going to talk about the most important part of time management, which is planning and actually achieving what you do. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to plan 1 hour when you are available. So this can be after school or after dinner in the evenings. Why 1 hour? Well, the most important reason for planning 1 hour is that I always believe in starting small and getting small wins. Okay, small wins are the most important for you to build habits, and to plan 1 hour is generally doable for most people. If you find that your child or yourself is not able to complete the things you plan in 1 hour, then shorten it. It can go as short as 30 minutes, it can go as short as 15 minutes, or even just 10 minutes. The most important thing is you've got to plan and achieve what you started off. So start off small and grow slowly. So how do you actually do effective time management or planning for 1 hour? Well, the most important secret I can tell you is that you have to plan in small blocks of time. Small blocks, the smaller the better, especially if you're doing something new and if you're doing something unfamiliar. Okay, so for example, in my own personal life, I usually break up my work into 60 minutes and I break it up into 10 blocks of time. So 10 blocks of 6 minutes each. So, and that adds together to 60 minutes. And this is an example of how you can do it. Now my own schedule goes very similar to this. So plan and brain dump. So you plan, when I say plan, means you plan for your next 60 minutes. So I spend 6 minutes to plan this amount of work and this amount of time. So brain dump, I'll write everything into my paper like I described just now. That's 6 minutes. So for example, in a student's life English exercise, I plan to take 18 minutes to complete my English exercise. So 18 plus 6, that's 24. And then math exercise, that's another 18. So 18 plus 24, you get 42. And review homework for the day, that I plan to take 12 minutes, so you get 54. And update calendar, 6 minutes to get 60. So by updating calendar, I'm talking about my brain dump. So remember I said brain dump, I will then update my calendar, everything I'm supposed to do. So that's basically how I plan for 1 hour. Well, we've come to the end of the video, and in this video we've talked about how to use a calendar to help you manage your weekly and daily schedule, how to use a brain dump to get rid of all the thoughts in your head so that you can focus and concentrate, and finally how to plan for 1 hour, and how to break it down into 6-minute blocks so that you can focus and you don't have to think of what you're going to do next. Now I know some of you might be thinking to yourself, oh my god, how am I going to track all these 6-minute blocks? And at first I had a very hard time to track the 6-minute blocks as well. And that's why I wanted to share with you in my next video how to track time, which is the small 6-minute blocks, with a countdown timer. Alright, so that's really important. It is one of the key things that I do every single day. And the next thing is how to increase motivation with magic squares or triangle. So if you find yourself getting demotivated, getting very tired and things like this, well, you can use magic squares or magic triangles to track and to motivate yourself. So I'll see you at the next video.